Listen to this again, huh? The crunch. $1 million crunch. Hi and welcome to Vincenzo's Plate. Today I'm so excited because I'm showing you how to make porchetta at home in your house. That means that I'm taking Italy, my Abruzzo, the center of Italy, into your kitchen, into your home, and I'm very excited. So, how to make porchetta in the normal oven? First, we need to make the porchetta. So you need to get 3 pounds, which is about 1.5 kilos of beautiful organic pork belly. You got the fat, you have the meat, and you have the skin. You need all of this, top quality. Okay, this it's about 3 pounds, 1.5 kilos, and it's enough for about 6 to 8 people. The good thing about it is that if you're hungry the day, if you have some leftovers, you can have it the day after in a sandwich. So I'm gonna make this just for Suzanne and I. Hey Suzanne. And and if we have some leftovers, I don't think we will, but if we do, we have it tomorrow for lunch. So, how do we make porchetta? First, I like to use brandy. This is my dad's recipe, but I'm gonna put my twist on it. We use brandy. Oh my God, don't drink it. It's something not many people do. In fact, nobody I know ever do this, but it's gonna bring the flavors out. So you wanna put the brandy everywhere on the meat, just like that, and then we want to spread it. Okay, so the brandy gives the beautiful flavor to the meat, and when you go and cook it, oh my God, you get the smell out. It brings all the flavors out, and in fact, the kitchen now smells delicious. After the brandy, I like to use Himalayan salt. You can use any type of sea salt. I just go for the Himalayan. And you want to be generous with the salt. You want the salt to be everywhere. And if you want to be fancy, you can do Salt Bay. Yeah. The pepper is a very important ingredient. So you want to put pepper everywhere, in every corner. You basically want to taste the pepper when you eat the porchetta. Pepper is something that can take the flavors out, and it can give you the nice kick. So see, I am very generous with my pepper. On the sides. Okay, pepper is done. Another ingredient that we're going to use, it's one of my dad's favorite ingredients for porchetta, and it's nutmeg. We're gonna use noce moscata. So just be generous and put noce moscata everywhere. Here it is, okay. So you won't really taste this as much when you eat it, but it will give the nice flavor. Now, something important is the rosemary. We grow the rosemary in my house. We grow the rosemary. We like to put rosemary in the porchetta. And I will say to you, use rosemary every time you roast. Every time you roast chicken, pork, lamb, you can't not use rosemary. And I hope you agree with me. If you agree with me, please tell me what's your favorite recipe to use rosemary. Could be chicken, could be lamb, is it porchetta? I think my favorite is porchetta, because when I go and eat the porchetta, I have that kick of rosemary, and the smell of the rosemary, it's pretty good. The smell of rosemary is really strong, and I think everybody loves it. Who doesn't like the smell of rosemary? Okay, I think we have enough rosemary. Make sure you put the rosemary everywhere, Now, the ingredient I'm going to use, instead of my dad, I have a video filmed with my dad. You can click up here, you can watch it if you like. One of the videos, what my dad uses for his porchetta is a bay leaf. It takes it to the next level, it's amazing. But I find my way of making my own porchetta. I don't want to copy my dad, so I use fennel leaf. You get a beautiful organic fennel, you get the leaves, and what we do is we want to put the leaf on the porchetta. So you can chop it up if you want, or you can just break it with your hands. Okay, up to you. You can chop it up or break it with your hands. I can chop it up for you if it's easier. So you just put them on a chopping board, chop them up. Very easy. And then you just want to spread it everywhere. And I can guarantee you it will really make your porchetta a 5-star porchetta. Something you will never find in the restaurants. Making porchetta needs patience, it needs love, it needs passion. Okay, here we are. We got all the ingredients in there. Now we need to do a trick. We need to use a trick that my dad always uses. You can wrap it up and then you can use the string, or you just use this, use the net. It will make your life so easy. So we want to measure the porchetta. So the net needs to be, see, I will go this long. You know, you want this to be about 20 centimeters longer than the porchetta, because we need to create knots on both sides. So that's it. That's how long it should be. Then you want to go to the hardware store and you want to buy a pipe. This pipe is what you need to actually compact the porchetta, to make it tight. So what we're going to do, we are going to wrap the net around this pipe that you can buy from any hardware store. Just ask them to cut it for you. And I'm going to put the net on this side, right there. And this side here, we are going to make a knot. The reason why we make the knot is because we don't want the porchetta to get out. We have to lock it in. So I made the knot pretty tight. You don't want this to be loose. It needs to be tight so the porchetta doesn't go anywhere. So here we have pipe with the net, and now we're gonna put the porchetta inside from here. I feel like we have spots here. I don't wanna have any spots left. I want the finocchio to be everywhere. Okay. Now this is the moment where you need to be careful. You need to be firm and passionate at the same time. We need to fold the porchetta. So this is how we're folding. We're folding it in. As you can see, you need to be firm, so you want to try and make it as tight as possible. Yes. So look how beautiful it is to make porchetta. You got a stunning porchetta full of flavors. Now I've just noticed that my butcher cut with a knife the pork belly, you know, the skin, and I didn't ask him to do that. I did say to him I'm going to make porchetta, so I guess he assumed, oh, okay, I'll cut it for him. I don't like to do that. I hope this porchetta will turn out the way I want, but you don't have to cut it. You want the crackling not to be cut. You want the crackling to be the skin to be one piece, and that way you get the crackling that I want you to try to eat. Now I'll show you how easy it is to make porchetta just by yourself. You don't need any help. Thanks to this, the pipe, the net, you put it on the table, and we add the porchetta. Ah, beautiful baby. You add the porchetta in there. Put the porchetta inside. And then you push it out. You push it out. So you want to make sure it's tight. Can you see that? Can you see from there? You push it out. And here you push your hands outside. Can you see? It's very tight in there. See, the meat is tight? Yes, it is. And here we have the porchettina, the beautiful porchetta. Now we make the knot on this side. I've done this just by myself. How simple is this? How easy it is to make porchetta, huh? You don't have to go to your butcher or to, I don't know, someone and say, make porchetta for me. You make it. It's fun. So you make this tight. Both sides are nice and tight. See, now the porchetta is saying, please, cook me! He wants to be cooked. And I'm going to show you how simple it is to cook porchetta at home. And this is my way of doing it and my easy way, my trick to make porchetta at home. The flying foil. Now, this is how you cook porchetta at home. I have a piece of baking paper that I'm going to wrap around the porchetta together with half foil. So get a generous amount of half foil and baking paper. You put the baking paper on the inside. I think I got too excited and I did cut too much, but you can cut less. You put the porchetta on top, just like this. Put the porchetta on top, and then you start to fold. Okay, so let's start from the bottom. So you fold the baking paper and the foil together, like a sandwich. Close the sides, and that's how simple it is. Okay, here we have a porchetta done in a very, very simple way. The baking paper will help to keep the meat moist, and at the same time you don't get the foil stuck on the porchetta. Okay, so make sure you close the sides very well. And now what we're going to do, we're going to make little holes. So you want to cut the foil and the baking paper, so that will allow the fat to get out of here. The fat will help to give the flavor to the meat, but we need to get rid of a little bit of fat. So the holes that we are creating now are just on the foil and on the baking paper. Now it's time for you to turn the oven on. You want to turn the oven on at the maximum temperature. My oven is 250 Celsius. The maximum. You get a nice tray, large tray with a grill, a rack with this, and you want to put water in it. Put water and make sure the water doesn't go past the rack, see? Because we're gonna place the porchetta on this. So you want to have just enough water for the bottom of the tray. Place our baby, beautiful baby, on the rack. Beautiful, right there. We have the water at the bottom, so the water will collect the fat, and at the same time it will help with the cooking. We are going to put this baby in the oven at 250 Celsius for 3 hours, okay? And make sure there is always water at the bottom. If the water disappears, you keep adding the water, but never touch the porchetta. The water should never touch the porchetta. Okay, baby, see you soon. In about 3 hours, I'll come and play with you again. So I'll keep it there for 3 hours and don't do anything. Okay, the oven, it's fan forced at 250 Celsius degrees. See you soon. See you in 3 hours. Bye bye, beautiful. After 3 hours, let's see if our porchetta is ready. Okay, I'll go and get it from the oven. Okay, here it is, baby. Okay, so what I did is during the 3 hours, I kept an eye on it and I kept putting water. You always want to keep the water at the bottom, okay? Oh my God! Ah, yummy smell. Okay, so now we need to see if it's cooked. So we're going to remove the half foil and the baking paper, because the inside is cooked. But now is the important part. We need to make the crunch, the crackling. Without the crackling, it's not a porchetta. Okay. You ready for the surprise?
How excited are you?
Ah, so excited. So we removed a little bit of foil. Now with the scissor, we're gonna get the help from the scissor to remove the foil and the baking paper. Yeah, it looks like the meat is cooked. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Oh, I'm cutting a little bit of net. Oh, beautiful. Can you see? Can you see that?
I can see.
Stunning. And can you smell it? That's what's most important. See, we don't have the crust.
Oh,
we need
wow.
to create the crust.
Oh,
Look how
wow.
nice it is. Look
Oh my
how
gosh.
delicious.
Look at all that steam.
The steam and how moist this is going to be.
Wow.
And the juice, look at the juice, look at that. Now this needs to become crackling. Let's put it on the rack. And we're going to place this in the oven. So we start cooking this side. Now there are two ways of cooking, making the crackling. One of the ways you can do it is you just turn the oven on at the maximum temperature and you do fan force. And that will take probably about 15-20 minutes per side to cook. You have to keep an eye until you get the crackling. But another way, which I like to do, is you turn the oven on and you have the option of the grill. In America you call it broiler, I believe. So it cooks from the top. And you also have fan forced. So you have fan forced from one side, the grill from the top, and within minutes you get the crackling down. So that's what I recommend you. But the porchetta needs to be turned every time you see the crackling created on the crust. Now let's put it in the oven and let's see how you make the best crackling in the universe. Yes. Okay, so now we wait. We'll see when the crackling is done. So I will stay close to the oven, maybe have a glass of wine, keep watching it, do something on Instagram, maybe you can come to my Facebook page and put a like on it in the meantime. And then we wait until the crust is created. So I chose the maximum temperature, and then I've got fan and grill at the same time because I want the meat to cook from the side and from the top. See, the crust is almost done there. Within 5 minutes, we have the crust almost done on this side. See that? This is what we want. And now what we do is we want to turn it. We need to make the crust. See the crust there? Can you feel it? Can you hear it? Now we want to move this. So we create the crust on the other side. Be hot, don't do it with your hands. You get tongue to help you. Alright, so now we want to do this side and get the crust there. Okay. Smell, it's so good in my kitchen. Can you hear? This is the sound of the crackling. You can't have porchetta without potatoes. Huh? Suzanne, how good is potatoes? Roasted potatoes.
Delicious.
Come and have a look. So here I'm cutting some potatoes. And what I like to do, I like to make small pieces, just like that. And then we're gonna cook it in the oven for about 1 hour. We put some extra virgin olive oil. We put some rosemary, salt, pepper, garlic, and what else do you like to have, Suzanne?
Just lots of rosemary.
Lots of rosemary, yes.
And it's got to be
It
crispy.
needs to be crispy, of course. Always serve porchetta with potatoes, roast potatoes. I have good news. The porchetta is ready. Here it is. Look how beautiful it is. Cooked perfectly on each side. That's what you want. So don't worry if it's a bit burned there. That's actually not a problem. A little bit burned is good. So you transfer the porchetta on the chopping board. Then what I like to do is I like to cut the sides and then we remove the net slowly. Cut it from the middle. The net keeps everything together and keeps the flavor in there too, you know. This is the moment that you want to be patient. You know, you want to look after this because the net needs to be removed. Now, guys, we removed the net and now it's time for the tasting. Are you ready? We have to taste. It is nice. Let's see. Let's listen to the sound. Yeah. The crust is what we want. Yeah, it's a piece. Let's hear the sound. That's a good crackling. A crackling that the crunch melts in your mouth. Okay. Let's cut a piece now. Let's see if it's cooked inside. Oh yeah, that looks good. It looks cooked inside. Look at that. Look at that, Suzanne. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at this, baby.
Ooh. That's extra crackling for my
Look at
piece.
this. Look how beautiful it looks inside. It's moist. That's what we want. It's moist and crackling on the outside.
Oh wow.
Look at that. We got the fennel.
Show me the inside there.
Look at the inside there. Look. Look at the fennel, the rosemary, the salt, the pepper. What are we gonna do now, Suzanne? A sandwich? Or we're gonna make just like this? A nice dinner with potatoes.
I think we'll have a nice dinner with potatoes.
Look at that. Look at the perfection. Hey, listen to this. Listen to this again. Ready?
Crackling music.
There is nothing else to say. All I can say is just go to your butcher, buy a pork belly, put the ingredients that you love inside and make it. And within 4 hours, you can have one of the best meals of your life. Red wine is what you need, potatoes, and lots of love. So, thank you for watching this episode. Oh my god, I need to lick my fingers. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia Vincenzo's Plate. Yes, this is what Vincenzo's Plate is all about. Yes, we did it. Listen to this again, huh? That crunch. $1 million crunch. Yum.
Try some of the meat.
Oh yeah, I was about to. Suzanne, look at this. I get the meat, and I want the meat to melt in my mouth. Let me get a piece. Look at that. Look at this. This is gonna melt in my mouth. It disappeared. It's gone. It melted in my mouth just like butter.